Hello guys, welcome to Cook with Kaustav, where cooking is absolute fun. So today we would be preparing a very famous dish called paneer butter masala, and as the name suggests, it's a very rich royal gravy. Today we would be using no onion and no garlic in this recipe. And just to mention, today I would be recording the video while I would be cooking. So there could be glitches in the recording but not in the food. And trust me, the food would be just mouth watering. If you find the recipe is good and to be done easily in the home, just hit like and subscribe to my channel so that all the forthcoming videos which I would be uploading, you would be getting a notification. So without any further delay, let's get started. So guys, to prepare paneer butter masala, we need three things: paneer, butter and masala. So out of the masala, this is black cardamom, green cardamom, cinnamon stick, cloves, cumin seeds, mace and bay leaves. And the masala powders are turmeric powder, coriander powder, Kashmiri red chili powder and garam masala powder. And we'll make up gravy out of these three ingredients. Since we are preparing a no onion, no garlic preparation, we would be using finely chopped ginger, freshly cut tomatoes and lots of cashew nuts. Since I am going to make a paste out of the cashew nuts, I have taken a broken cashews, but you can take a whole round cashews as well. Apart from these ingredients, we are also going to use kasuri methi or dried fenugreek leaves just to garnish and to get a good flavor out of it. And we are also going to add dahi. Why we are using dahi or curd is to reduce the usage of cream. As you know, cream is a fattening, so to reduce the usage of cream we will be using curd. So ghee from the curd will come and it will work like magic in the preparation. So let's start the recipe and we will talk in between. To start with, in a pan we have melted the butter, and in the butter we will be first adding all the garam masalas together. And then we will be sorting the garam masala in the butter. So let us keep the flame low in the beginning. So the next step would be, we would be adding all these powdered spices into dahi. And we will give a good stir. So why we are adding these masalas to dahi? So just understand, it's a very simple thing. Once you add all the masalas into dahi or curd and use into your cooking, the masalas will not get burnt while we'll add this thing. So now let us add this dahi along with all the masalas into our kadai. Let's give a stir. Let's give a good stir so all the masalas leaves their fragrance, but at the same time it will not get burned. Now we would be adding this finely grated ginger, and all the cashews. Give it a good stir and let it cook for 5 minutes. Then we would be adding the tomatoes. So let us cook for 5 minutes. So as you can see, masalas are done. So at this stage we would be adding all the grated tomatoes, and let us have a fine round of a mix with all the masalas and the tomatoes. This will, you need to cook this for around 10 to 15 minutes, but make sure we add water, because the moment we add tomatoes there are higher chance of the masala start getting burned. So we will now add water into this. So let us put the water from the side. In this stage we can increase the flame a bit from low to medium. Give a quick stir. And then let us put the cover and let us wait till the tomatoes get pulpy and soft. Then we will be transferring all this material to a mixer grinder and make a fine paste out of it. So after some time, let us also add salts as per the taste. So after 10 minutes, let us open the lid and check the consistency of this gravy. Yes, tomatoes started getting soft and pulpy. So you would be cooking this for 2-3 more minutes with the lid on, and then we will make a paste out of it. One thing we have to keep in mind, before putting all these materials to a blender, we need to take out this cardamom, bay leaves, so that the paste become fine and there should not be any particles which can make us feel not so good. We have taken out the mace, cardamom, bay leaves and cinnamon stick, and at this stage we will turn off the flame and will wait till it gets cooled to such an extent when we can transfer this entire thing to a blender. So let us put the lid on and wait for some time till the time it gets cool. So till the time this tomato, cashews, masalas are getting cooled, let us take another pan and let us dry roast the fenugreek leaves, which we would be using later part in the paneer butter masala. This would be used for garnishing as well as for the great taste of fenugreeks. So you can see there are smokes coming up. So our methi or the fenugreek leaves are roasted. At this stage we will transfer this thing to a small bowl. Now in the same pan we would be adding butter to do a shallow fry of the paneer or So let us keep our flame at low so that butter not get burnt, and we would be adding the paneer cubes in the butter one by one. And there we go. We have this cottage cheese or paneer in the butter, and we will be doing a shallow fry of this. You can do a deep frying can also be done, but as per me, if we do a deep fry of the cottage cheese or paneer, the softness of the paneer will not be there. So let us not do the deep fry, but you can try. It is as per your taste. So we can increase the flame a bit, and we can give a stir to this cottage cheese, and once this cottage cheese will be done, we would be keeping this aside, and then we'll start preparing the gravy. So our shallow frying is done, and let us transfer all this cottage cheese to a pan, and by this time it is also in a cooler position. So we will still wait for some more time till the time these tomatoes and cashews gravies are a bit cooler. So this time we will take off the lid from this kadai so that the cooling can be faster. So now you can see there is no smoke, so it's totally cool. So now we will transfer this to our blender, and we will make a fine paste of this tomato, cashews and all the spices, and then we will put the lid and place the so whenever we are blending, we have to keep in mind that we have to keep one hand on the jar, because otherwise it can goes out of the jar. So let us do the grinding. So the grinding is going on. As you can see, we have kept one hand on the jar. There you go. So a smooth gravy has been done. So now we will again transfer this thing to kadai, and we will do the rest of the procedure. So now we will be adding the butter again in the kadai, and as the name suggests, paneer butter masala, so we have to be kind enough to use the butter. I know that can be a bit what should I say, something called people with who are very much health conscious will not like this kind of heavy buttery recipe, but chalta hai. Some days your taste buds also asks you to do something which will heal your soul. So add butter as much as you can. So now you will be adding the paste what we did into the kadai. There you go. So let us give a good stir at this stage so that all the masalas get a uniform cooking. So you cook this gravy in a medium heat for about 10 to 15 minutes, and once the oil from the butter would ooze out, then we will transfer the paneer and add kasuri methi into it. We are not using fresh cream over here. As I said in the beginning that we have used dahi, which can be used to get the creaminess, and at the same time it has very less of fat contents. Since we are using butter generously, so I am not using fresh cream over here. So at this stage we would be adding the kasuri methi powder and will give a good stir. So what kasuri methi does is it gives a superb aroma in the gravy. As you know, methi has its own fragrance, and dried fenugreek leaves, once you roast and give it to any gravy, it release all its aroma into the gravy. And if you consider most of the Mughlai gravy, and if you put fenugreek leaves into that, it gives a different taste altogether in your cooking. So at this stage we would be adding the paneer or cottage cheese into the gravy one by one. There you go. And give a nice stir to all these cubes. Just keep one thing in mind, don't put extra pressure so that paneer cubes remain intact. So at this stage, let us remove the lid, add some chopped fresh coriander leaves, and again give a gentle stir. Look at the color, how royal. So that's how when you prepare a recipe called paneer butter masala, it should look royal as well as it should taste royal. So I'm sure this recipe will definitely, a hit for any kind of a party where you can have this with roti, paratha or puri. So our paneer butter masala is ready. You can see how beautifully it's there. So now you would be adding the rest of the kasuri methi and give a final stir. And now this is the time to plate it. So to plate this thing, we will take the paneer into the plates. And some gravy. Then we will place fresh coriander leaves and finally a cube of butter. As the name suggests, paneer butter masala. There you go. Very easy and time saving recipe. Just try out and let me know, friends, how it is. So that's the paneer butter masala I prepared. Looks yummy, no? So just try this and let me know how it is.